More bad news for the DAZN as the search for Canelo Alvarez's next opponent post-pandemic gets harder. Now they're saying John Ryder is a potential foe for Canelo. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to my channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang, notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, the channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Head over to Patreon. I got some stuff cooking. We just having fun with the game. And appreciate everyone. I got a lot of Cash App donations and stuff. We're on the case. Tyson Fury, Glovegate 2.0. A lot of different things like that. So appreciate everybody as always. Michael Benson, link in the description. Let's jump right into the content. It says John Ryder has now put himself forward as a potential opponent for Canelo in September. The Mexican's team are reportedly seeking a cheaper option given he may have to fight behind closed doors, and Billy Joe Saunders has ruled himself out. So I've already talked about it. Billy Joe Saunders says he won't be the guy. They asked him to take a pay cut. And in addition to that, there's little time for him to prepare, and he hasn't been able to train properly, right? So he says, nah, take me out of consideration with all things considered. Golden Boy. Let's see if I can pull it up, just so you guys are in tune with what's going on. Boom. Golden Boy DAZN, here's one, June 8th. Golden Boy president says that Gennady Golovkin is not going to be next, right? This is on DAZN's actual website. Golden Boy president says Golovkin, he is not an option for Canelo's next fight, right? So we'll go back, and there's another article. It says Canelo not facing a champion in the fall, says Golden Boy president. You know, Canelo not facing a champion in the fall. Golden Boy president Eric Gomez has planned meeting with Mexican superstar Canelo to discuss potential ring return on a date in September. Canelo's been out since November of last year when he moved up, etc. And this whole article is just basically saying how he's not going to fight a champion. Now, the John Ryder situation seems a bit realistic because he's not a champion, so he would fit that criteria. And although I thought he beat Caleb Smith in his last fight, this is not a fight that's going to really help Canelo. Canelo already has a solid resume given his age, but the DAZN curse continues. How do we get from Canelo Triple G3? The moment everybody seen that Triple G followed Canelo to the DAZN platform, people are like, okay, it's on. You know, now we're finally going to get Canelo Triple G for those who were interested in him. But now they haven't been able to get that fight done. So it's just looking crazy, you know, it's looking real life crazy that you have Triple G and Canelo, and they've both been on the platform really since the inception, and they're not fighting each other. Then Canelo's name was linked with Kovalev last year. They couldn't get the fight done the first time, and Kovalev went on to face and almost lose to Anthony Yard, right? And Canelo then went to Sergey Derevyanchenko, right? Sergey Derevyanchenko, they couldn't agree by a deadline, so that fell apart. Then Canelo went against UFC 241, I think, Jorge Masvidal, Nate Diaz, and had to take a backseat to that fight on the same night. He then later fought Kovalev, but he couldn't fight on the Mexican dates because they couldn't get Kovalev the first time, but they got him the second time by offering him probably more money than that fight was worth. Things like that, you know. And now Canelo last year said he didn't want to fight Golovkin. This year he said he's open to fight Golovkin, but now Golovkin says he wants to fight Camille Sesmeta because he has a pact with him. Or let's pull it up for you guys so you guys can see. I just like this new media stuff so you could trace all the steps. Not fighting Canelo next, right? Golovkin, let's see. Golovkin confirms Sesmeta, not Canelo. See, you see the articles right here in an interview with Sports Illustrated. So here it is. This is the actual initial article. So Golovkin says he wants a tune-up. You see, he wants a tune-up before he fights Canelo. So it's just bad. Like, 1 year, Golovkin allegedly wants to fight Canelo, but Canelo doesn't want to fight him. So they're chasing each other and playing musical chairs and whatever. Now Canelo says he was ready to fight Golovkin next, and then that falls apart because Golovkin says he wants to fight Sesmeta, an unknown guy. Then they said Canelo's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders, and then if you guys look at that, that fell apart yesterday because Billy Joe Saunders says, guess what? I'm not fighting him. I need a tune-up, and they want me to take a pay cut. No, can't do. Right? Let me see if I can pull up. I'm just trying to cover all the track. It's a lot. Billy Joe Saunders tells The Athletic, so this was just yesterday, he won't fight Canelo in September, explaining the pandemic affected preparation, but the money is an issue regarding no live gate. So, fast forward to the future with DAZN. What is going to be their future when they can't get these fights done? You're charging $20 a month, and Canelo Derevyanchenko didn't happen. Canelo became the franchise champion, so the fight with Charlo didn't happen. Canelo, his team, clout chased Caleb Plant, and the week before his fight, or the week of his fight, and they said they wanted to allegedly fight him, that didn't happen. Andrade seems to be an afterthought, like where they're not even checking for Andrade. Canelo's mad at Golden Boy. Canelo, Billy Joe Saunders was a thing, and then now they're saying that's not. And now we're talking about Canelo. Is that Canelo? Oh, I thought Canelo was getting busy. I thought that was Canelo. But now we're talking about Canelo. He can't pay an opponent, without a live gate. So they might have to fight John Ryder coming off of a loss, who has no profile in America. And then we've seen articles where they said Canelo could fight Derevyanchenko at 168. Now more recent articles are saying that Jermall Charlo might fight Derevyanchenko. I mean, this is just an overall bad look. I don't see what Canelo really gains fighting another British fighter without a big platform and name in America like John Ryder, especially since he's coming off a loss. So what does that really mean? Especially, all things considered, what does that mean? Especially for $20 a month. And the thing is, DAZN, their business model was flawed. I've always talked about it in the DAZN curse. You're paying Canelo $36.5 million, and he's probably not. He has a contract that says he's going to get that, so he's not going to take the pay cut. So you have to start trying to salvage and save money from these other people. And then now you can't get him an opponent because you're paying Canelo so much. So you're like, man, we can't afford to pay post-pandemic Canelo $36.5 million, which is probably in his contract or whatever, that he can get certain deposits out of the whole $365 million pot that they owe him. And then you have to cut the corners somewhere. Otherwise, you're going to be hemorrhaging money even worse. Like, they've gave Daniel Jacobs $12 million. That's my guy. Shout out to him. They gave Kovalev $12 million. Now we're in a pandemic where we don't even have live crowds. Canelo's probably not going to come off of the $36.5 million purse. He's not going to say, oh, hey, for the greater good of boxing, I'm not going to take what you owe me, So he's going to want his money. And it looks like it's kind of overpaid, especially given the situation. So now you're expecting people to want to have to fight Canelo, who's a good fighter, a terrific fighter, and take that risk. And he has a championship belt at 168 unless something happened, from the Rocky Fielding fight, even though that's not really the belt. The true champions are like David Benavidez, Caleb Smith, Caleb Plant. But now you try to penny pinch with his fighters as his opponents. That's why you have to settle for possibly a John Ryder, Ryota Murata, especially with no crowd. So this is just all over the place. Like I said before, remember when I said that Wilder was the face of boxing? People got mad. Wilder Glovegate and with Tyson Fury and the dent, that is prime news. I don't really see many people talk about Canelo right now at the moment. That's just my honest opinion. And I think people are losing interest in fights like this for Canelo. For whatever reason, that's just what it is. So I think Canelo's numbers are perpetually dwindling down by fights like this and fights that no one asked for, like the Kovalev fight, John Ryder, things like that. So we'll see how it all plays out. Let me know what you guys think if Canelo fights John Ryder. Are you amped for that fight? Told you the walls were closing in. New media, we control the narrative. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.